Hello, Maths Today. Now, I would recommend you watch this video because Maths Today, it's all in your brain. Everything you've been doing over the last couple of days adds up to this. However, there's a few more steps that we might be ready for. We're going to go through the 4 types of problems you're going to come across today. So it's going to be quite a long video, but it'll be worth listening to. First of all, I put the facts that you need to know today to help your learning. Fact 1, 180 degrees is the total number of angles in a triangle measurements. All the angles in a triangle will always add up to 180 degrees. Always, always. So that's useful today. And then a right angle has a value of 90 degrees. Straight line has a value of 180 degrees. And around a whole point, a whole turn is 360 degrees. Those 4 nuggets of information will get you through today's learning. Let's look at question 1, shall we? So here we've got a triangle, we've got 2 of the measurements, and we've got to work out A. We've also got on the other side of A here, 140 degrees. Now there is 2 ways of working this out. The first way, which I imagine a few will jump straight into, is angles in a triangle. Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees, so we will just take 80 and 60 away from 180. Yes, you could do that, but there's something else that we could use to help us. Anything else up here? What's that you say in the corner over there? What's that, Abigail? Yes. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Here is a straight line. Oh, so wait a minute. We've got 140 add A equals 180. So all we'd have to do is 180 take away 140 to get A. So 180 take away 140 is 40. So A equals 40. So on questions like this, these numbers aren't needed. Don't fall into that trap. If there's a straight line, we can just use the angles on a straight line rule. It's simpler and easier. Right now, this is where it starts to get trickier, but I have to push your learning on. Let's look at this triangle. We've got 65 degrees, 15 degrees, nothing here. They don't actually want this angle. They want the angle around the outside, which a few of you have gone, I don't know how to do it. Slow down. We do need this angle here. Let's first of all work out this angle. A few of you got, I see where he's going with this. It makes sense, doesn't it? Let's just work out that angle, then we can start to think about A. So through 180 degrees are in a triangle. We've got 65 and 15. So 65 add 15 is, what's that? What's that, Dexter? Yes, it's 80. So, if those 2 equal 80, and we know there's 180 degrees in a triangle, how big's that angle going to be? 180 take away 80, 100 degrees. Okay, now, you're sitting there thinking, well, that's 100 degrees, how am I going to work this out? Any other information on the board that could help us? Angles around a point or a whole turn are 360 degrees. So if that part of our whole turn is 100, how are we going to work out the rest? That's exactly it. If a whole turn equals 360 degrees and we've got 100 degrees, what is the rest going to be? 360 take away 100, 260 degrees. A is going to be 260 degrees. How super. I bet lots of you have gone, oh, I can imagine Joanna's done her mind blown. This is the thing about maths. You have all the skills. Sometimes maths just makes us put them together. That's why I love it so much. It tests our brains. But we can all do it and we are all good at maths. Some of us find it easier than others, but we are all good at maths. Right then. Ooh. We've got to try and find a mystery outside angle with just one measurement. This could be tough. Not. We can all do this. So we've got 35 degrees here. What have we got there? A right angle. What's that? What's that you say, Sam? 90 degrees. Exactly. 90 degrees. So then, let's work out this missing part here, like we did last time. Once we get all the angles in our triangle, we should be able to think about that part. Okay. So 90 add 35. What's that, George M? Yes, it's 125. So, if we're trying to now find out the left It's 125 degrees. We know there's 180 degrees in a triangle. What do we add to 125 to make 180? You can use a method. I'm not going to. I'm going to do my mental maths. I'm going to add 5 to make 130. And I'm going to jump 50, because I know that 3 and 5 make 8. So 30 and 50 make 80. So 5 add 50 equals 55 degrees. So that angle there is going to be 55 degrees. So then, let's look back, like up here. This is 55 degrees. We know a whole turn is 360 degrees. So we now know that if our whole turn is 360 degrees and we've got 55 degrees, all we've got to do is 360 take away 55 to find out the rest. And what is 360 take away 55? If you can't do it in your head, use a method. I bet lots of you have worked it out though. It's 305 degrees. So A is 305 degrees because 355 make 360, which is the angles around a point. Okay, last question. Well done for sticking with me. I am flying through this because I know you don't want to listen to me all day. You can replay it. You can go back through some of it again. Right, now this one has been drawn really poorly, but we can still work it out. Let's have a look. Question 4. All we've got is one angle. We've got 55 degrees here. We've got to find D, and then we've got to find E, which is over there. There's lots of information that's not up here we're going to have to use, but we have done all of this information this week. What do these lines tell us? That this triangle is an isosceles triangle. So, what's 55? If it's 55 there, what's going to be there? 55 degrees, because the isosceles triangle has 2 equal angles. So D will be 55 degrees. Now then, can't work out E yet, but let's work that one out. So if those two are 55, what's 55 add 55? So double 50 and double 5. 110. Brilliant job there, James. It's 110. So we know for our triangle that it's 100. Oh, it's not quite in this shot, is it, guys? We know a triangle is 180 degrees. We've got 110. So how much is left over, Suki? 180 take away 110 would give us 70 degrees. So this top angle here is 70 degrees. So then, that's 70 degrees. What's E? I bet lots of you are shouting at the screen right now. How can we work out E? It's something we did earlier in the week. What if 2 straight lines cross and we've got opposite angles? They are going to be what? What do you think, Rosie? Good going, Ro. They're going to be the same because where 2 straight lines cross, opposite angles are equal. So 70 degrees here means that E will also be 70 degrees. Right, that's been longer than I hoped it would be, guys, but I wanted to go through all the different question types. Go back through it, play it again, email me if you need to. But I think you can crack the learning today. I really do. It's tricky. It's using all of your previous knowledge, but that's the whole point of maths. Building up and building on what we already know. I'm so proud of you that we're getting to this. Who would have thought in September that we'd all be conquering learning like this? You've made me so proud. Have a good go. Let me know if you're struggling. Really brilliant job, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. I've tested your brains this week. You deserve a rest. Bye-bye. Take care now.